To talk about Canada, the important facts and the business etiquette you need to do. In first place, the country profile is the second largest country with 6 time zones, 10 provinces, and 3 territories. Its capital is Ottawa, and its population is about 34 million people, and there are only 2 official languages, that is English and French. I'm going to talk about the culture and norms in Canada. It's very important to shake hands at arrival and at the end of the meeting. You need to maintain eye contact while shaking your hands. You need to establish all the last names and titles because it's very important to them to show that kind of respect. The Canadians seem very important to have very face-to-face meetings, like dinner parties at restaurants or even like in the enterprises. If you are going to have a dinner party, it's expected to you to send flowers before you arrive to the dinner. Gifts are usually open when you receive. The gifts that are better are like a bottle of wine or flowers. You cannot point at any people. And at dinner parties, you need to wait to show to your seat. I'm going to talk about the manners in Canada. The Canadians are strong individualistic. They respect the hierarchy, but they treat each other like equal. If you sneeze, you need to say excuse me. If you like to have like a little chit chat in a meeting, you can't talk about politics. It's a very private matter there. And if you're not punctual to a meeting, to a dinner party, to anything, you're expected to apologize and to explain yourself. And of course, right after having a meal at a restaurant, you're expected to ask the check immediately. You can have any kind of chit-chat after a meal. There are 4 main holidays in Canada. The first one is the Feast of the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary, that is in August 15th. The second one is the Boxing Day, that is on December 26th. The Canada Day, that is the most important, that is on 1st of July. And the Remembrance, that is on November 11th.
Well, now I will going to talk about attitude towards about the religion of Canada. The great majority of Canadians are Catholics. The other half is divided into on Christians and the other type of religions. About the education, provincial territorial governments set up around their own school system. So there are some difference among province and territories. It depends. Also, they don't have federal department or national system of education. Now, about the work in Canada, people who don't work are viewed negatively because they are considered like lacking in self-respect. So it's very important for Canadian people that you work and study, and if you are like studying, it's normal, or usually they used to work at the same time. Now the social class, it is divided in 5 social classes: the upper class, the upper middle class, the middle class, working class, and lower class, as here in Mexico. Now the equality. The actual Minister of Canada says that everyone should have a chance to improve their position in life and be treated with respect.
So now I'm going to talk about verbal and nonverbal communication. First, the thumbs up, it means okay in Canadians, and thumbs down, it's very disrespectful, so try not to do it. When you wink one eye, it has to be in a certain context because it represents a secret conversation. It can mean confidence when doing a bold claim, but in business meetings, it is not okay to do it. It's not polite. Something else you need to know is the rubbing your chin. It means you're thinking. But if you're rubbing your chin and moving like this, it means disrespectful and you are insulting that person. You need to be careful with physical contact, as I'm going to show you in a minutes later. And handshakes, you need to know that not to loose, not to tight. It has to be firm, confidence. You have to have eye contact is very important and shows that you are interested in what they are saying. Otherwise, it means that you're shy, insecure, or even insincere. You need to balance your emotions because otherwise it means you're not interested. But if you are too expressive, if you have too much emotions, it can become as an aggressive person. Some non-verbal expressions are normally used to emphasize the message. It's not common for Canadians to use a lot of hand moving and a lot of physical moving. It's just to show emphasis. You need to respect the personal space of Canadians. Normally, like this space, it's okay, but not too close because they don't like it. Some business etiquette facts are the dress code for men has to be conventional suit, and for female, a smart dress or smart suit. Take a look on business cards before you put them away. It has to show them respect if you look at the cards. Recommendation is to translate everything in French and English because you may have French Canadians and English Canadians, so they need to know what they're talking about. The minimal amount of small talks in meetings, it means that you don't have to expect to have a lot of chit chat before the meeting. They normally just go straight to business. Some ways Quebec people or French Canadians may have a lot more small talk, but normally the British ones, they do not have one. They have a lot of time schedule, so try to respect their times, be punctual, and avoid jargons. Try to speak more, the most formal you speak, the better. And learn about the company. You need to know about what you're talking about and show figures and facts. And with this, you're going to be just fine. So now, it's very important to know that if you're going to have a handshake, it has to be very firm, but not too tight and not too loose, because it represents confidence and respect. An important fact is that physical contact is very important. You cannot touch someone at work. It has to be a personal relationship and a very, very intimate relationship. In work environments, it can conduct legal impacts, and you don't want that. So, no physical contact.